Madam Speaker, anywhere in the world, as an economy grows, more prosperity comes to the country. When citizens earn more money, they want better and they want more opportunities. As economies grow, driven by demand, the quality of goods increase and prices go up. That's basic economics. As an option, we can address that in one or two ways. Option one, we can be irresponsible. We can act without any care or consideration for the welfare of our citizens, business and the economy. We can increase the minimum wages to $5, $10, $20 if we wanted. And then we would have to watch thousands of Fijians lose their jobs and over 100,000 Fijians in the informal sector be crushed by higher prices on goods and services and far higher costs of doing business. Or, Madam Speaker, we can be thoughtful. We can be strategic and consider how to ease the cost burdens on Fijian families. We can carefully consider the costs that impact Fijian families and reduce those costs. That is a government's role. It was the Bainimarama government, Madam Speaker, that actually instituted the minimum wage in 2014 for unskilled workers, and we've increased the minimum wage twice since then to $2.68 an hour as it stands. We also have the 10 sectoral wages, which have higher wages than the national minimum wage. We've carried out a comprehensive review of that wage this year in consultation with an international expert, Professor Partha Gangopadhyay. We've gone to great lengths to make sure that review has been thorough and has been participatory, transparent and inclusive. And it's a process that has considered wages and social wages given by government. The ways we've addressed the major consideration in any family's budget by helping families with education, water, electricity, the purchase of basic goods and the affordability of housing. That's our record, Madam Speaker. It's a record of empowerment and it's a record of compassionate responsibility. We will continue to take this sophisticated approach and carry out regular reviews of the minimum wage without compromising the rights of workers, without undermining the confidence of businesses, and without costing hard-working Fijians their jobs. We certainly don't let politics drive us into irresponsible actions. That's not how this government leads. Every step we take forward is carefully considered. Every action is guided by facts and rational decision-making, not by politics, and not by when elections may be, or by what will create the most good for Fiji, for our economy and for our people. Madam Speaker, our work is twofold: cutting down the major costs facing Fijian families and ensuring fair prices of goods in the marketplace. Thanks to the work of the Economic Intelligence Unit within the Ministry of Economy, Fiji Revenue Customs Service, and the Fijian Competition Consumer Commission, many large wholesale importers are no longer dictating market prices, because by fostering competition, we're seeing a reduction in the prices, for example, of goods like diapers, hygiene products, energy bars, baked beans, chicken wings, cheese, and washing powder, etc. And we expect other importers to follow suit, and indeed soon. From today, Madam Speaker, duties will be reduced from 5% to 0% on imported fruits and vegetables such as apples, grapes, oranges, pears, kiwi fruit, strawberries, apricots, peaches, plum, grapefruit, raspberries, cranberries, pomegranates, carrots, mixed vegetables, broccoli, mushrooms, asparagus, leeks, spinach, etc., Madam Speaker. And to encourage healthier living, Madam Speaker, we're increasing the excise tax on imported carbonated and sweetened drink to 32% to a specific rate of $2 a litre, whichever is higher.